Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd absolutely love to do this morning, whilst I'm here walking the grounds of Sydney University, is to go through another book, and the book that I've selected for this morning's episode is entitled Disruptive Thinking, published on the 9th of May 2023 by an author known as T.D. Jakes. If you feel stuck, uninspired, or like you just are going through the motions, this book, Disruptive Thinking, can potentially act as a wake-up call, because this book here isn't about small changes. It's about bold, radical shifts that can help break you through from the gravity of limitations. This author, Jakes, challenges us to stop accepting the status quo and to start thinking differently, acting courageously, and stepping into your full potential and allowing you to express yourself freely, fully, so that you can live to your maximum and optimal ability. He goes on to say that success doesn't come from playing it safe. Never has and never will. It comes from breaking the mold, taking risks, and daring to see things in a new and different way. Because at the end of the day, none of us have been to the future, and none of us quite understand what our fate is. What may have worked for your parents may not work for you. What didn't work for your siblings, your friends, and everybody else may work for you. You'll never know until you test your fate and give it all you got, so that you can live your life. You can live your calling, your unique calling or callings. So this book hopefully will teach us how to shift our mindset, how to overcome the irrational and limiting fears that hold most people back, and how to create real and lasting improvement to your life. So let's go through some of the key learnings and see where it leads us. And the first thing that comes from this book is the call to action, where we must challenge the norm. The world conditions us to follow a predictable path, is a message that comes from this author. But you need to understand that breakthroughs happen when you dare to question the usual way of doing things. Disruptive thinkers don't just accept this is how it's always been done. They ask another question: what if there's a better way? And what we need to understand and to appreciate and to welcome into our lives is that fear is the enemy. Fear is the mortal enemy of growth. Fear keeps you in your comfort zone, but real success requires one to step outside their comfort zone, to lean outside their comfort zone regularly, and to step into what is known as the unknown. Because you won't always have all the answers, and you don't need to have all the answers all the time as well. But moving forward, despite uncertainty, is what separates game changers from those who always seem to stay stuck in the mud. Another powerful message that comes from this book is that pain can be your greatest teacher. Hard times aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities for a kick up the bum and for personal transformation. Every struggle has the potential to push you forward towards your ultimate purpose. Instead of running from discontent and discomfort, the key message from this author is where we're welcomed to lean into the discomfort and to let it shape you into something stronger. Let it bend you and boldly shape you into something bigger and better. But in order to do this, we need to make some bold decisions and some bold choices. And what the author says here is that you need to surround yourself with what he calls the right people. Warren Buffett always says that eventually you will become the weighted average of the half dozen or so people you spend most time with. And you can't think differently if you're always around people who think small. Disruptive thinking requires being around visionaries, risk takers, and those who challenge you to aim higher and to push yourself harder. So in summary, the company that you choose to keep determines how far you will go and how much you will grow. Faith and action go hand in hand. Having big dreams isn't enough. You have to take big, bold action as well. Faith without action leads to frustration. And this is where disruptive thinking helps us understand that it means believing in what's possible while also doing the work to make it happen. Another point that we can take from this book is that you are more than your past. Too many people let their past mistakes, failures, or background define them. But disruptive thinkers know that where you've been doesn't determine where you can go and where you can grow to. Your past is a lesson and not a prison. And the last point, the last call to action from this author is that change starts with a simple decision. The difference between those who stay the same and those who transform their lives is one simple thing, a decision. And the word decision actually means to cut away from your past, to cut away from a way of thinking, a decision to think differently, to act boldly, and to refuse to settle for less is the key message, and to basically do what you're capable of doing by actually doing and not just thinking and waiting. Take care, everybody. Yassas, and bye for now.